and welcome back to GDC Classes English. So as we know that we have started a series of Master Stroke where we will be covering all the important MCQ from various subjects, especially for MRV Pharmacist examination. So to get the information regarding this MCQs, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. And let's start with today's topic. Today what we are going to see is about the pharmaceutical aids. Okay, pharmaceutical aids means what? These are the excipients. These are also known as the additives which are used in various formulation. So all the 30 MCQs we are going to see in today's class. So let's see what is the first question. But before that, we are going to see about the pharmaceutical aids, like we have different flavoring agents, sweetening agents, coloring agents, etc. And regarding the preservatives. Okay, so various questions we are going to see under these points. The very first question is the drug and the substance which have no or little pharmacological effect, it is known as. Okay, so basically pharmaceutical aids, they do not have their own pharmacological activity. Okay, so first option is carminative. No, carminative has the action. They are known as pharmaceutical aids. Okay, so they are the excipients. They are also known as additives. They are also known as additives or the excipients which are added in various dosage form. Okay, laxative, purgative, they have their own pharmacological action. So option A, that is pharmaceutical aids, is the right answer. Okay, so they have very little or maybe no pharmacological activity. Okay, so laxative, as it was there in the option, laxative, it is the any drug which is used in the treatment of constipation. Okay, so to promote the evacuation of the feces. Pharmaceutical aids, they are the ingredient which enhance or elegant or appearance. It increases the appearance and it has no or little pharmacological activity. And carminative is a drug that relieves the flatulence. Okay, so these are the things. So pharmaceutical aids, they do not have their own pharmacological activity. Let's see what is the next question. Pharmaceutical aids are also called as, just now we have discussed, either they are known as excipients or they are also known as additive. Let's see the option. Additive, first option is only given as additive. It is also known as additive. Caramel, it is not there. Arinato or Achioto is not there. So option A, that is additive, is the right answer. Okay, so it is also known as additive or excipient. They play a critical role throughout the life cycle of a pharmaceutical. For example, if you are using preservative, they maintain and they prevent the growth of the bacteria. So preservatives are there, sweetening agents, flavoring agents. Okay, so additive or excipients both are known as pharmaceutical aids only. So as we have discussed that based on this important point, although we are giving you MCQs, but apart from that, you can also give the free test only on GDC Classes app. So you just have to download the GDC Classes app from the Play Store. Click on the plus icon where you will see the batches section will be there. Click on the plus icon and then enter your batch code, that is MRB25. So you can get a chance to appear for the free test. So make sure that you already downloaded the GDC Classes app and you are already given the test. And the test is going to be conducted every day at 6 p.m. only on the GDC Classes app. So please make the most of this opportunity. And we will see the next question, which is not the ideal property of pharmaceutical aids. Then when we talk about the pharmaceutical aids, first of all, there has to be certain properties, like it should be non-toxic, it should be less sensitive or no sensitivity should be there, it should not interact with the drug which is present, right? So they are asking which is not the property. Okay, toxic. Definitely, why the excipient has to be toxic, right? So this is the property which is not desired. Okay, it should be non-sensitizing, non-irritating, stable, right? So toxic, basically it has to be non-toxic in nature. So option A is the right answer, that is toxic. Okay, it should be economical, right? It should be acceptable for organoleptic properties, right? And it should be non-reactive, inert. That means it should not interact with the drug, and also it should not interact with the excipient. They should be chemically stable. Okay, so these are the certain properties for the pharmaceutical aids. The pharmaceutical aid used as excipient in tablets and pills. So with tablet and pills is the solid dosage form, right? So what we will add? We will add olive oil, kaolin, lanolin, or beeswax. So basically, kaolin we will add into the tablets and pills. Olive oil, it comes when we take for the emulsions or when we prepare the liquid dosage forms. Lanolin, beeswax is for the semi-solid dosage form. So kaolin we are adding in the tablets and the pills. It is a white clay. Basically, it is used as a diluent or filler. When there is not a sufficient quantity of API, we require certain diluents and we require certain fillers. So kaolin we are adding into the tablets or the pills. Next is antioxidants are except. That means in the option 3 are antioxidants except. Now vitamin C. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. So ascorbic acid is antioxidant. Okay. Lycopene is also there. And carotenoids, which is obtained from the carrots, the source. But thiomersal is not there. Thiomersal is used as preservative and not the antioxidant. Antioxidant means what? Which will prevent the oxidation of the oil which is present, right? So thiomersal is not the antioxidant. Rest of the three are the antioxidants. Okay. So carotenoids is obtained from like carrots, citrus fruits are there, catechins are there, lycopene is present in the tomatoes and the papaya, phenolic acids are there which is present in the cereal, and vitamin C everybody knows that is ascorbic acid. Okay, at which concentration metacresol act as? Okay, so this is preservative. Generally, we are using in case of parenterals. Now, when we talk about the parenterals, lesser concentration of the preservatives are preferred. Okay, so 0.2 to 0.5. No, this becomes a little higher. This is even higher. 0.5 to 0.8. So 0.1 to 0.25 we are using the concentration of metacresol. So this is a phenol derivative, right? Metacresol. Okay, 0.1 to 0.25 percentage we are using in case of metacresol in the parenteral preparation. The next question is artificial preservative is. That means all of them, three of them are natural except one. So option A is neem oil. We know neem, it is a natural one, right? So this will not be the answer. Sodium chloride also, it is a natural. We are not preparing it. We are obtaining from the nature. Honey is also there. Whereas benzoate is artificial. Benzoate. For example, you might have what? Sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate is what? Benzoate is nothing but the derivative of benzoic acid. It is the ester. Benzoate, it is the ester of benzoic acid, so which we are synthesizing in the laboratory. Hence, it is the artificial preservative. So, artificial preservative is benzoate. Okay, so option D is the right answer. Next is methyl paraben is an example of, methyl propyl paraben. Paraben is what? Para-hydroxybenzoic acid. Para-hydroxybenzoic acid, that is paraben. Para indicates para-hydroxy. Ben indicates benzoic acid. Okay, so there are two types: methyl paraben and propyl paraben. So generally they will ask you the ratio if they ask. So generally in what ratio we are using? 4:1. Now there are chances like you may get confused. 4 is propyl or 1 is propyl. So very simple. How many lines are there in M? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines. So 4 parts of methyl we are using, and remaining that one just make P out of it. 1 parts of propyl paraben. Okay. So this is the ratio. Sweetening agent, it is not a sweetening, not a flavoring or chelating, but it is used as preservative. It is used as preservative in the formulations. Okay. So option D was the right answer. Next is commonly used antioxidant for the oil system. Okay. Now there are two types of antioxidants: oil soluble and water soluble. Oil soluble antioxidants and water soluble antioxidants. Okay, oil soluble we have three are there basically. First is BHT, BHA, and propyl gallate. BHT is butylated hydroxytoluene. BHA is butylated hydroxyanisole. And next is propyl gallate. PG is propyl gallate. Whereas when we talk about water soluble, then we have sodium sulfite. And then we have sodium metabisulfite. So sodium, for example, anything which is a salt, that is water soluble. Sodium chloride, water soluble, right? So sodium sulfite, sodium metabisulfite, that is water soluble antioxidants. Whereas oil soluble antioxidant, we have butylated hydroxytoluene, butylated hydroxyanisole, and next is propyl gallate. Okay, let's see the option they are asking for the oil system. Thioglycol, ascorbic. Ascorbic acid is C. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C, and we know that ascorbic acid is vitamin C, and we know that vitamin A, D, E, K, they are oil soluble. Vitamin C is water soluble, right? This is C. So this is not there. Thioglycol is not there. Thio is sulfur, by the way. Okay, thio is sulfur. Sodium metabisulfite, just now I told this is water soluble. Remaining is butylated hydroxytoluene, and that is BHT. So for oil system, we are using BHT. Okay, so option D is the right answer, that is BHT. Let's see the next question. Which of the following excipients may be used to limit the presence of microorganisms in a liquid formulation? Sodium lauryl sulfate. So basically sodium lauryl sulfate is the surfactant. It is not the excipient for the, so that increases the solubility. Okay, it is not about the microorganism. Okay, ascorbic acid is about the antioxidant. Just now I told it is about the oxidation, not about the microorganism. Water, anyways, it is, if water is present, that will give microorganism. So remaining is benzyl alkonium chloride, that is BKC. So we are using benzyl alkonium chloride. Okay, and whenever onium it is there, okay, onium indicates it is quaternary compound. Quaternary as in its valency, right? Onium indicates quaternary. For example, ammonium. Ammonium is what? NH4 plus. That is cationic. Okay. Onium indicates it is cationic in nature and the quaternary compounds. Okay. So correct answer is B. That is benzalkonium chloride. Okay. Benzalkonium chloride is the right answer. Okay. The next question. Before that, as we know that MCQs anyways we are discussing here, but the theory books are also available. Along with that, objectives are there, and you can also get the free test every day at 6 p.m. Along with that, you will have 200 plus premium tests in the classes, especially for Tamil Nadu pharmacist examination. You will get live recorded previous years MCQ, everything, and the course has already started from the 2nd March. So if you have not enrolled for the course, then make sure that you enroll today itself. And we will move forward with the next question. Which dye will give yellow color? So we are using certain dyes, colors, pigments, right? So which is giving yellow color? So tartrazine, it is a right answer which gives yellow color. Okay. Erythrocyte, that is RBC, which is red in color. Okay, so it gives red color. Amaranth is also a red one. Indigo, it is like indigo color, like bluish color will be there. Okay, so tartrazine yellow color, it is the right answer. So option A is the right answer, that is yellow color. Next is agent which forms the complex with the pharmaceutical ingredients and prevent the degradation in the formulation. It is known as. Now when we talk about the complexing agent, we know that chelating agent. They are the chelating agent. EDTA is one of the chelating agent. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, which is the chelating agent. Antimicrobial, antioxidant, sweetening agent. This we have already discussed. So chelating agent that forms the complex. Okay. The next question is vinegar. Everybody knows generally to spoil the milk. Generally we are adding the vinegar. Okay, to make the paneer out of it or something. So that is the same, that vinegar. So that is a natural preservative, artificial coloring agent. First of all, it is not a coloring agent, right? It is a preservative, and that is it is a natural preservative. Okay, it is a natural preservative, that is vinegar. It is having the acidic properties, and that is the reason when you add it into the milk, it gets spoiled. Okay, so it is having acidic properties, which is an example of disodium ADTA. Okay, so just now we have discussed it is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, it is a sweetening agent. No, it is not a sweetening agent. Not. It is a chelating agent. Okay, not a flavoring or preservative. It acts as the chelating agents. Okay, so option C, chelating agent is the right answer. So ethylene diamide tetraacetic acid. So it acts as the chelating agent. Which of the following substance is used to prevent oxidation? Just now we have discussed. Which prevent the oxidation or rancidification. That is nothing but oxidation of the oil. We call it as antioxidant. Preservatives is something which acts against bacteria. Surfactant increases the solubility. Deflocculating agents we are adding in the case of suspension to prevent the flocculation. So option B, that is antioxidants, is the right answer. Okay. Benzalkonium chloride. Just now we have discussed benzalkonium chloride, which is used as preservative in case of parenteral preparation. Preservative in case of parenteral preparation. It is acidic preservative, neutral, mercurial preservative, or quaternary ammonium. Just now I have told you, if it is onium, that is nothing but the quaternary ammonium compound. Okay. So option D, that is quaternary ammonium compound, is the right answer. Okay. So option D, right answer. Okay. So these are the acidic preservatives are sodium benzoate. Then we have potassium nitrate. Neutral preservatives are like salt, sugar, rosemary. And mercurial, we know phenyl mercuric salts will be there. And quaternary is BKC. Aspartame is the ester basically. Okay. It is derived from aspartic acid and phenylalanine. Okay. It is the esterification of aspartic acid with phenylalanine. So option A is aspartic acid, phenylalanine. First only option is correct. First is citric acid. No, citric acid. Name itself suggests it is aspartic acid. Aspartic acid and nitromersal. Nitromersal is not there. And cetyl pyridinium chloride is also not there. So option A, that is aspartic acid and phenylalanine, is the right answer. Okay, so option A is the right answer. The next question is, neotame is a dash type of sweetening agent. Okay, so neotame, first of all, it has its own brand name, that is neotame only. So that is the artificial sweetness. Okay, so the brand name is neotame. Okay, or the trade name is neotame. It is not natural. It is an artificial sweetness. Okay, natural is about the stevia that we will see. So stevia is natural sweetening agent, artificial sweetening agent, chelating or antioxidant. So stevia, you might have heard, it is available like in the market. So it is obtained from a plant source. First of all, stevia, it is a sugar substitute. Those who do not take the sugar directly, they use the stevia, which is obtained from the plant source. It is available in the market with the various trade names. Okay, so it is obtained from the plant source, and hence it is a natural sweetening agent. Okay, it is the natural sweetening agents, which is 100 to 300 times sweeter than the sugar. So very less quantity is sufficient to get that sweetness. Saccharin is an example of natural sweetening agent, flavoring agent, artificial sweetening agent. So basically it is a artificial. We have discussed like in the classes also. Saccharin, it is 500 times sweeter. Okay, aspartame it is 200, saccharin it is 500 times. Please remember the relative sweetness of artificial sweetener as compared to sucrose. Okay, so it is artificial sweetener and 500 times sweeter as compared to sucrose. So sucrose, then lactic, sucrose, lactitol, mannitol, xylitol, erythritol, they are natural sweeteners. Artificial are aspartame, neotame, sucralose, allitame, cyclamate and saccharin. pH range of stability of aspartame. Aspartame, it is 200 times sweeter, okay, as compared to sucrose, okay. The pH at which it is stable is around slightly acidic. So 7 to 8.5 it becomes like slightly basic. So this is 6 to 7.5, 2 to 4.5. So basically it is 3 to 5 is the stable range for the aspartame. Okay, it is the stable range for the aspartame, that is 3 to 5 is the right answer. So the next question is, which of the following is feature of ideal sweetening agent? Okay, which of the following is the feature of ideal sweetening agent? Should have low calorie value? Yes. So the sweetening agent should have the less calorie value. It should be compatible with other ingredients. The API which we are using, it should be compatible, effective even at the lower concentration. Okay. So all of the above is the right answer. That is, it should be effective at the low concentration, compatible, and it should have the lesser calorie value. Okay, it should have the lesser calorie value. The next question is, which of the following flavor is not responsible for sour taste? Okay, so citrus flavors, we know that oranges or the citrus fruits, they gives the sour taste. Licorice, raspberry, they give. But mint spice does not give the sour taste. So option D, that is mint spice does not give the sour taste. Rest of them gives the sour taste. So we have bitter taste, wild cherry, mint, walnut, chocolate, anise. Then we have peach, wintergreen, butterscotch, apricots for the salty taste, and sour taste, licorice, raspberry, citrus flavors, and the sweet we know vanilla, fruit, and the berry flavors. Okay. The next is pharmaceutical aid obtained from the brown algae. So basically, sodium alginate is obtained from the brown algae. That is the natural source. Acacia is not there. Dextran, agar, it is not there. Okay. So sodium alginate, that is obtained from the brown algae. So option A is the right answer. Okay. So it is the sources from the bioactive compounds with excellent nutritional value. Okay. So this is obtained from the brown algae. Which of the following agents are used in the flavoring agent? Which of the following are used in the flavoring agent? So menthol, yes, we are using menthol as a flavoring agent. Chloroform we are using, walnut we are using. Okay, so they all are used, although in the less concentration, but they are used. So option D is all of the above. They are used in the lesser concentration. Okay, they are used in the lesser concentration. So these are sweetening, chelating, and the preservatives which we are using. The next question is, which of the following agents are used in the flavoring agent? Okay, menthol, yes, we are using menthol as a flavoring agent. Then cinnamon, yes, cinnamon water, you might have thought this is aromatic water. So we are using menthol, cinnamon, right? Option both menthol and cinnamon is the right answer. That is option C, that we are using in the flavoring agent. Okay, so option C, menthol and cinnamon is the right answer. Both they can be used. The next is the general strength of flavoring agent should be. Flavoring agent should be added in a lesser concentrations. Okay, it should be added in a lesser concentration. So 0.5 to 0.75 is the right answer that we are using for the flavoring agent. 0.1.3 is becomes higher. We are not using 0.9. We are not using. That is 0.5 to 0.75. So option A is the right answer. Okay, option A is the right answer. The next question is, the ingredient that produce the rose flavor is. The ingredient that produce the rose flavor is. Which of them gives? Now geraniol. Geraniol is the right answer. Okay, that gives rose. Allyl benzoate gives the cherry. And eugenol, everybody knows it is present in the clove oil. Okay, so geraniol, that is option A is the right answer. Option A, allyl benzoate cherry. Then we have allyl caproate pineapple. Anise alcohol, anise from star anise, it is there. Cinnamaldehyde cinnamon, eugenol cloves, geraniol rose, and musk ambrate is the peach. Okay. The next is licorice is a licorice. It is a natural sweetening agent. Whenever there is a cough or something, so we use the natural sweetener, that is licorice. It is also known as mulethi. Okay, so it is a natural sweetening agent. It is not artificial. First of all, it is not antioxidant and chelating. It is a sweetener, and that too, it is a natural sweetener. Okay, so option A, that is natural sweetener, is the right answer. So it is obtained from dried root of Glycyrrhiza glabra. It is obtained from Glycyrrhiza glabra. Chemical constituent, that is the active ingredient, is glycyrrhizin, and it is a natural sweetener which is over 50 times sweeter as compared to sucrose. Okay, so it is more sweeter as compared to sucrose. And the last question is cochineal is a dash agent. Cochineal is a dash agent. Flavoring no, sweetening no, thickening. It is a coloring agent. Okay, caramel like color it will give. So it is a coloring agent. Okay, so it is obtained from the insects. So option C, that is the coloring agent, is the right answer. It is obtained from the female insects enclosing young larvae of Coccus cacti. Okay, and chemical constituent is the carminic. Okay, so generally this has been used as the coloring agent. Okay, so I hope you have understood all the 30 important MCQs from the pharmaceutical aids under the topic of pharmaceutics. So make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, and for more such MCQs follow the YouTube channel which is GDC Classes English. So thank you so much.